Hello, hello, hello. This is Rich Kale here on YouTube. Rich Gen X elsewhere. Richard of the Classic Gamers Guild. It is time to return to Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Father. First Gabriel Knight.
Gabriel doesn't.
Yeah. Wait, I did get what I need here, right? I'll make sure.
This is the last page of inventory.
There it is. Yeah, we got that. Alright. And we have all these tapes that we can listen to later. That's your way of replaying a conversation in that. And we're going to Tulane University.
It looks like the lecture is just starting. Gabriel decides to record the session.
Good idea.
Voodoo is the tribal religion of Africa, but the name Voodoo is actually a banner heading under which resides an entire body of distinct tribal belief systems. The word voodoo may sound familiar to you. What is known in the States as voodoo is actually an amalgamation of African religious systems, voodoo, and European religions, primarily Catholicism. All of the subcults of African voodoo have certain things in common. The most important is the worship of a pantheon of spirits instead of the single deity that the Christian and Muslim systems have. Some of these spirits are elementals. Some relate to specific tasks or places. Some represent important tribal leaders who have died. This spirit worship is what makes voodoo so easily adaptable. With all those spirits, it's no problem to add a few more. Say, for example, the Virgin Mary. At the height of tribal Africa, warfare was common. The one tribe would conquer another, and the Loa, important in the conqueror's tribal system, would be adopted readily into the conquered tribe's Loa pantheon. In this way, many of the voodoo cults spread and mingled throughout tribal Africa, enriching the belief system and causing innumerable offshoots. The basis for the voodoo religion seems to be as old as man himself.
Wow.
It has much in common with many early pagan practices: animal totems, sympathetic magic, elemental spirits in the trees, the heavens, the bodies of the sick. Africa is believed by many to be the cradle of the human race. Some of the voodoo Loa may be as old as the Garden of Eden itself. We still can't explain some of the real power of these primal religions. And note, I said primal, not primitive. There are African Bokors who baffle our scientists with their supernatural powers. Now, let's discuss the elements of voodoo.
Fascinating guy.
In voodoo, the spirits are called the Loa.
It is fascinating.
During a voodoo ceremony, celebrants are possessed by the Loa. And this is called being ridden. The human worshipper is seen as a horse, and the Loa as the divine horseman. A person being ridden by a Loa takes on the characteristics of that spirit and becomes, in effect, merely a vessel for the more powerful entity. Some of the older original Africa Loa include Dambala, the great serpent god, Ezruli, the mistress of love, Papa Nebo, or Gede, the lord of death, Agwe, the spirit of water, Legba, spirit of the crossroads, and the cruelest and most dangerous, Ogun Badagri, the lord of destruction.
I gotta get more sleep at night.
Tribe-specific Loa can have as much or more power as the more widely worshipped Loa. For instance, a particular tribe might revere highly the Loa of an ancestor who was a legendary hunter or politician. Voodoo temples are called Houndfors. Their priests, Hungan or Bokors. Their priestesses, Mama Loa. In a voodoo Houndfor, there's a ritual circle marked by a center pole, a Poto. The ritual circle is prepared with a veve, a pattern of symbols. Each tribe veve is slightly different, consisting of complex symbols that identify their special loa. During ritual conclaves, initiates dance under the supervision of a Bokor and a Mama Loa, or head priestess. The use of totems or animal masks marks with uncommon ritual African ceremonies. Now, though, all but the oldest sects have abandoned this practice. Ritual objects used during conclaves include the ritual board or ason, the ritual knife or kumbasa.
That gives me chills.
It's the one from his dreams.
The ritual whip or wet cash. And the ritual coffin or seke madule. These items are often called by the Mama Loa for specific magic rituals. The Mama Loa is the most powerful thing in any Voodoo sect. Voodoo is a true matriarchal system. Even the Bokor knows his power is limited. Mama Loa is the supreme woman. She will butterflies. It won't blaze through fireflies.
Gabe fell asleep.
Firelight. Gabriel? What? I can't see. Gabriel, get in. Can't. It's too small for me. You must get in, Gabriel. It's not mine. Too small. Hide, Gabriel. Hide. No. Let me out. Help.
Young man, the lecture is over.
Oh my God. Sorry.
Oh boy. Alright. Okay. Well.
Are you a student?
No. My name is Knight. Gabriel Knight.
Well, you have walked into my private office, Mr. Knight. I hope you have something worthwhile to do here. If you figure it out, let me know.
Well, we do. And we're going to talk to him, and we are going to give him a pattern.
Your lecture was terrific.
Oh, you think so? You were snoring so loud I didn't think you'd heard it.
Yeah, professors will call you out on that one.
Mind if I pick your brain?
Not if it will get you out of my office.
Well, let's start with the animal mask.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
As I said in my lecture, which I assume you actually listened to, is that animal masks, totems, are used extensively in most African Voodoo religions.
Tell me about veves.
If you'd taken notes during my lecture, you wouldn't have to ask.
Okay. Alright. Let's give him the pattern we have.
Can you tell me anything about this pattern?
Wow. Interesting. Very interesting. Mind if I copy this?
Be my guest.
Great. I'll be right back.
That caught his interest.
Here you go. You know, this is a fascinating veve. You must tell me all about its origin.
Actually, I was hoping you'd tell me. Can you figure out anything about it from the symbols?
Well, some. That's why I wanted a copy. I want to research the design myself. Each of the symbols in the veve represents something, a loa, a place. Where did you get this?
Have you heard of the Voodoo murders?
No, you're kidding. Really? Then the voodoo is authentic. The newspapers are wrong. Boy, are they wrong.
Yeah.
You think this veve is authentic, then.
Oh, yeah.
Authentic? Mr. Knight, that's like asking if the Mona Lisa is a painting. Tell you what, I'll look into these symbols myself and see what I can learn about the sect that made this. I'll give you a call when I have more information. You are associated with the police, aren't you?
Yes.
Absolutely. But I'm, undercover. You can contact me at the St. George's bookshop in the quarter.
All right. Now, I'd like to get started on this if you don't mind.
Let's see if I can just pick his mind just a little bit more, because
For a few more questions?
Gee, I'd love to.
I can tell the sarcasm, but...
Tell me about yourself.
All right, Mr. Knight, I'm 35, a fully tenured professor at this university, as well as a fellow at Cambridge. My doctorate was obtained at Syracuse. Yes, Syracuse, in religious studies. I'm an agnostic, but I find human belief systems fascinating. I specialize in African religions because I grew up there. My father was a Protestant missionary. And I am heterosexual, when I practice sex at all, which isn't very often. Any other questions?
No.
Fine.
Well, that is a bit too much information, but... I've personally always been of the belief that an agnostic is one who believes in,
Do you have any idea what Cabri sans Coeur means?
Cabri sans coeur. Yes, I do. It's a Haitian term, I believe. It's French, and literally translates as goat without horns.
As in a female goat?
No, as in a human sacrifice. Sacrifices in Voodoo are usually of the animal variety. Chickens, bulls, goats. If the gods demand a goat without horns, it means a human being.
oh boy.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
While I find the colloquial bastardizations of Voodoo somewhat interesting from a sheerly intellectual point of view, there's not a lot of relation between people like Laveau and true Voodoo practices.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
I'm afraid I can't help you there, Mr. Knight.
Okay.
Tell me more about human sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's very rare. Most Voodoo practices do not include human sacrifice as a matter of record, but it is theoretically possible if that's the gods demand. For example, one of the chants I had translated for me from a Haitian ritual went like this. Mistress Azuli, come and aid us. If a cock is demanded, we will give it. If a bull will suffice, behold it. But if a goat without horns is required for sacrifice, oh, where will we find one? Azuli is the gentlest of Loa, so they call on her for mercy. But I have seen grown and powerful Hungan tremble before a possession by one of the more violent Loa, such as Papa Nebo. Clearly, they are afraid that something of the sort will be ordered, or that the Loa will simply take it for themselves.
Well, we've asked about it. Let's see.
Do you know anything about snakes?
I'm not a zoologist, Mr. Knight, but I know all I care to about reptiles.
Alright.
What do you know about the Voodoo murders?
Just what I read in the papers until you showed me that baby. I wasn't interested before, but now, yes, I'd like to figure out where these people come from and what they're up to. They are obviously some very frightening and deadly serious Voodoo.
Alright. Well, I think that's all we need to know. So we will let the professor work.
I'll be going.
Goodbye.
Well, now we have more information. Alright, gonna head over to the cemetery.
The voodoo code messages.
Let's talk in real quick just to see if there's anything new.
Hello there, got a sec?
Yeah? What can I do for you?
Mind if I pick your brain a minute?
Go ahead. These folks ain't in no hurry.
Let's see.
Tell me.
It's a historical place. People buried in here from the Civil War, and back further, too. Take a look around, you'll see.
Do you have any idea what Cabri Saint Coeur means?
No, can't say that I do.
Okay.
Do you know anything about Veves?
I don't know what you talking about.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Now that, I think, is...
The Wright family tomb. Several of Gabriel and Grant's family members are laid to rest here.
How's it going, Granddaddy? How's it going, Granddaddy?
Gabriel doesn't want to take. The marker reads, Franklin Wright.
These are Grand's folks. I never knew them.
The marker reads, Mera Planta Wright.
These are Grand's folks. I never knew them.
The marker reads, Harley Wright.
Grand's sister. She died young.
The marker reads, Harrison Knight.
Granddaddy.
The marker reads, Margaret Templeton Knight.
My mother.
The marker reads, Philip Knight.
Daddy. Hey, Daddy. Miss you, Mom. Grand talks a lot about you, Harley. Hi. I'm Rebecca's grandson.
Much as when they were alive, the Wright elders give no response.
Hi. I'm Rebecca's grandson.
Much as...
How's it going, Granddaddy?
Yeah, let's head off in this direction, I believe. Oh! The Gay Monument. Whoa.
Malia.
Mr. Knight, what are you doing here?
My family's tomb is here.
Mine too.
I see.
I noticed. Subtle.
Well, Mr. Knight, if there's nothing else.
Don't go. I need to talk to you.
Whatever for.
I can't stop thinking about you. I've been in your thoughts, too. I can see it in your eyes.
Mr. Knight, you don't know anything about me. I'm not in a position to get involved.
I've said that a million times myself, but this is different. I think we both know we can't fight it. Oh, I can't believe I'm saying this.
I have so many obligations. My family is very traditional. You wouldn't understand.
Hey, I love tradition. I've seen Fiddler on the Roof 100 times.
This isn't a musical, Mr. Knight. We live in different worlds.
Look, I know you've got more money than God. Do you think I care? Do you think that's why I'm saying this?
No, I don't.
Why don't you come see my world? I have a little bookshop, St. George's on Bourbon.
I know.
See? I knew it. You're crazy about me, too. Come by tonight. Please. My world isn't so bad.
I'm sorry, but there's no place for someone like you in my life. Not now, not ever.
Damn it!
Alright, don't fret it over. Well, we can look at the tomb real quick. It's interesting that you got an angel like that in front
An
of the tomb.
angel draped dramatically over a stone plinth marks the entrance to a large tomb. The imposing tomb is elaborately labeled Gede.
Alright, I think we should get out of here now.
Gabriel's done.
Alright. So we've had an interesting little encounter with Malia. Okay. I think we'll head back to the park. Jackson Square. Oh! Gypsy. Bum 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 bum. Be in that number.
Could I ask you a few questions, Madame Lorelei?
The only answers I give are given in my reading. I'm sure your poem would be quite interesting. Come on, boys. Hoopla!
Hello? That's a little grooving music, I tell. Okay.
I'm looking.
Gabriel leers at the dancer, but she seems to want a more overt demonstration of his appreciation.
Oh.
Thanks, boys.
Oh,
And then move us.
Alright. I could have missed out on something.
could I ask you a few questions, Madame Lorelei?
The only answers I give are given in my reading. I'm sure your poem would be quite interesting.
Madame Lorelei, the fortune teller, is gone. She's
Could I ask you a few...
The only
How about a reading?
The prices are listed on the sign.
They seem a little steep.
Well, I sometimes do my intimate friends for nothing. But I am a businesswoman.
I'm sure you are. That's a nice snake you have there.
I could say the same of you.
Well, I know where I got mine. Where'd you get yours?
That's personal.
Could you just do a short reading for an intimate friend?
Darling, you toy with me. If I thought you were serious. But no, I must stay firm.
I'd really like to know more about that snake.
sorry, sweetie, but I don't discuss Elvis with anyone.
I missed out on something. I'm certain of it.
Could I ask you if...
The only...
Madam Lord, that would, Madam Lord, Madam Lorelei dances. Oh, there is the Cajun, there's no one.
I suppose if I come back, I can do that. And there's certain things, like this is a game that has certain things that happen at that can happen before certain dates or certain times. For example, you could get the patterns from the police station on day 1 or day 2. Alright, I'm gonna head back to the bookshop.
Hey, Grace. Here I am.
The excitement of seeing you is killing me.
Alright. I'm gonna ask her to do some
There's no.
See if I can get her to do some research.
So, what's new, Grace?
Your use of mathematics.
What?
This.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do you have messages for me?
Nope.
Alright.
Could you do some research for me?
Sure. What?
I have a pattern I need you to research.
How interesting. What is it?
It's a reconstruction of the tracings they found around the murder victims. The ones done in flour and blood.
Ugh. You shouldn't carry this kind of thing around. Who knows what these symbols mean?
Well, wear your evil banishing gloves if you want. But check it out for me, would you?
I'll see what I can find out. Anything else?
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
Alright. This does not end the day, because there's still things
There's
to do.
no. Grace,
Let's see.
if
Okay. So now we're gonna just double check that page from the phone book.
those two are those.
So let's see. It's in the cabinet 127, 2020. $20.80 and $20.37. Alright. Well, let's use the phone and call the numbers.
Hello.
Hi, is this the Kazanu residence?
Yes. What can I do for you?
Do you or does anyone in your family patronize the Dixieland drugstore?
I'm a busy man. What are you selling?
Nothing.
Good. Goodbye.
Okay, not him. So let's try the next number.
Hello, Casanu residence?
Hi, I was wondering if you could help me.
Yeah?
A woman in the Dixieland drugstore dropped her purse today, and the name Kazanu was inside it.
Dixieland drugstore? Never heard of it. Sorry.
Okay. Not a total loss. We've ruled out 2 numbers. Let's see. Let's try the 1237 one.
The number you have dialed has been disconnected.
Okay. I think it's going to be that last number. Let's just double check.
Hello? I'm calling from the Dixieland drugstore. We have an order for you.
Just be quiet. Who is this?
I'm a friend of the owner.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course. And with that, I think in our next installment we will get past that part. Maybe we'll be able to get the boa. As always, this is Rich Kale here on YouTube, Rich Gen X elsewhere, Richard of the Classic Gamers Guild. And as always, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, check things out. In our next installment, we'll get a little bit farther, possibly completing day 3. And moving on to day 4. As always, I do invite you to subscribe to the channel, check this out. I have a couple other Sierra games up here that I've been playing. And until next time, take care and have fun. Bye all.